Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Levi Nolasco. I'm a top producing realtor here in Southwest New Mexico, or sunny Las Cruces, New Mexico. In today's video, I'm going to bounce around on a few different topics that I wanted to talk about that have been top of mind for the last week or so. So I'm out here in one of the newer areas of Las Cruces where they're building some fantastic houses. So one thing I want to say about this area first is you have a relatively affordable home builder that's building some houses behind me. And then when you get to the other side of this cul-de-sac back here, you have a higher end builder that's going to have some really expensive houses going back there. So I think this is a great area if you're looking for a new house to kind of look into. And you're in Sonoma Ranch, you're close to the mountains, you have trails and everything right behind you. Just a really fantastic area. So I wanted to show this to you and have this as our backdrop as we talk a little bit. So behind me, I have a pad that's one of my clients' houses. So let's talk about new builds for just a second. I wanted to give you a little information here. And mainly I want to start doing more videos like this because according to the new real estate laws, I have to be in a buyer-broker agreement with you if you can't find the information on your own. So I'm trying to make some videos that you wouldn't be able to find the information on your own, but at least now you have a resource on YouTube so that you don't have to go into a buyer-broker agreement just to ask a couple questions. The first topic is going to be new homes and inspections. Second topic is going to be solar panels. So let's start with new homes real quick. So we have quite a few, amazing builders here in Las Cruces. We're fortunate in that. I've been through the, thick and thin with quite a few builders in town. Some are easier to work with than others. And one thing I wanted to point out is if you're coming from out of state specifically and you're trying to time everything right, and I know, that's kind of hard to do. Let's say you go to a builder and they're going to tell you your build time is, let's say, 9 to 12 months in the beginning. And we use that time frame, 9 to 12 months to base the move off of. So we kind of get a plan based around that initial time frame that we discussed with the builder. But in most builder contracts, they can call a home to be completed early, and you do have to close with them whenever they send you the closing notification. I've had it go both ways with builders. I've had a 9 to 12 month estimate. I've had it go farther than that, where people had to stay in a Airbnb for 3 months while this builder needed time to complete their house. Luckily with that one, we were able to get the builder to pay for the Airbnb and incurred costs due to them not closing on time. The other side of that is a lot harder. So when you're expecting a 9 to 12 month close and then you get a call from the builder saying that you're closing in actually 5 to 6 months, that can really throw people through a loop, especially if you're coming from out of state. You got a lot of stuff to do, and to have that time frame change can be quite a shock. So what I would recommend is anytime you're talking to a new builder, and hopefully you'll be going there with a realtor that knows this stuff, just make sure that you realize and read through the contract on how the builder can actually give you notice versus what they say whenever you're going to talk to them in person. And if time frame is a really big deal to you, what I would advise is trying, and this doesn't always work with builders, but getting an addendum that states, I need to close in 9 months. If the house is ready in 6 months, I'm not going to close on that house in 6 months. I have yet to try this. Builders are kind of tough when you're working on time frames. It's pretty much all geared towards their favor. And again, I haven't had many problems with this, but the few problems I have had keep me up at night, and they're very stressful, and they're stressful for my customers. So I want to make sure that you're aware of that. So make sure with time frames, you put it in writing somewhere if that's really important to you and if that's a deal breaker. Next, I want to talk about getting inspections. So as a realtor, I always recommend getting inspections, especially on new houses. People think that, a new house can't possibly have anything wrong with it. But everything does. We're all humans. Mistakes happen. It's just part of there's no such thing as a perfect house. That doesn't exist. So there's a few different inspections that I want to talk about. Usually what I recommend with a new home, since you have, the first year, what we call bumper to bumper warranty, that the builder will take care of issues, not cosmetic, but any issues that come about later after you moved into the house. They'll take care of that after the house is built. So knowing that you have a full year of warranty, what I recommend is getting a home inspection before you close on the house and then getting another home inspection on month number 11 before your home warranty runs out. That way you have enough time to put some stress on the systems, and all you do is just give that report to the builder that you're working with and have them fix it before your warranty runs out. Another type of inspection that I'm really going to start pushing is called a phase inspection. So with the phase inspection, you hire a inspector to come out multiple times to inspect the house after certain things are done. So this inspector will come after plumbing's put in, make sure it's put in correctly. That way you have another professional with eyes on the ground, making sure that all the work is done correctly. And if they catch stuff, which they usually do during the build process, you just hand that again over to the builder, let the builder take care of that, and that way you don't have an issue after moving in. Of course, I have all the connections to these inspectors and I can give them to you if we work together. Another great thing about having these phase inspections is you're going to have a report after each phase. So let's say, we had a phase inspection on this property behind us when the sewer pipes and all of the plumbing were open. Then you would have a printout of what that looks like. Next up is solar panels. Solar panels, I'm just gonna say, are a huge pain in the ass right now. They're not worth the return on the investment. And for the most part, most houses that we have with solar panels are the houses that sit the longest, that don't sell, or take the biggest loss because solar panels depreciate pretty quickly in the first 2 years. So if you're gonna stay in a house less than 10 years, I would not recommend getting solar panels. Otherwise, you're gonna pay for it when you go to sell your house. And I'd also check with true solar professionals and some other people to see if they're worth the investment. It comes time to sell, and it is the hardest thing to get through if your solar panels are not paid off, especially if you didn't put a big down payment and you have a large balance, you are going to lose money. So that's just something that I wanted to share with you guys, kind of give you some insight into. Thank you again for your time, and thank you for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Feel free to join my Facebook group called Moving to Las Cruces, where I connect you with people that have already made the move. That way you can ask questions that a lot of the times realtors like myself aren't able to answer. I'll see you on the next one.